What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Val Opinion back with another live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Val is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro. Welcome to Big Val Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Val Opinion Platform.
And I just really want people to know I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't gonna do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here.
Oh, son, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?
I want out. But it's hard. I need answers, Mama.
Robert.
I need answers.
Son.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Big Val Opinion back with another live video. And today, I know y'all hear the energy. It's there. It's there. Yeah, the energy is there, man. The energy is there. God is moving. He just so happened to be moving through me today.
Yes, sir.
Moving through y'all.
Yes.
Man, look here, I tell you, man. I tell you, man, if it had not been for the Lord.
I'm a year
If
back.
it had not been for the Lord, who's head of my life.
Don't get me started, please. Don't get me started.
I don't know if my light would have came on this morning.
In the words of Big Mama.
If it had not been for the Lord, I don't know if my light would have came on this morning.
The Big Mama say, Papa used to say, my bed I slept in last night. Thank you, Lord, that was not my cooling board this morning. Them covers that kept me warm through the midnight hour. Thank you, oh God, for not being my rolling sheet. Still got blood running warm in my veins. You've been a mind regulator and a heart fixer.
A weight maker.
I'm a yield back.
What they say, he's a healer.
Yes, sir.
He's a way maker.
Woo, Ezekiel said he's the wheel in the middle of a wheel. Isaiah 9:6 said he's the wonderful counselor. He's the mighty God. He's the everlasting Father. He's
Uh-huh.
the Prince of Peace.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
I'm trying to tell you.
yes,
Trying to
yes, yes,
tell you. Man,
yes,
he's
yes,
good. He's good.
yes,
He's
yes, yes.
good, and he's been good.
Sweeter than the honeycomb.
He's been good to me even when I didn't deserve it.
Yes,
So
sir. Oh,
he's
yeah.
worthy. He's
Oh,
worthy to be praised. When you come on this line,
yes, sir.
what they say, the Alpha and the Omega,
Yes, sir. The
the
beginning
start,
and the end.
the start and the end.
And everything in between. Uh,
Man, I'm trying to tell you. I'm
uh,
trying to tell you, if God has been good to you, y'all
yeah.
people that's listening, come out them bushes and say amen.
Right. Right.
Tell y'all,
Right. Right.
go out them bushes and say amen, because I know God have been good to you. And I know you feel just like I feel. Sometimes you sat there and you question, why me, God?
Right. Why not you?
Why not you?
Who else I'm gonna send? Who else gonna go? You thought you went through all of that just for you? Oh no. That
Uh-huh.
was just for you. That was for
Uh-huh.
somebody else. So that you can give me glory in the process.
Uh-huh. So Kels, I know Kels probably sometimes wonder, why me, God?
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, brother Robert Kelly, why not you?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to tell you. God knows the strength that you bear.
Yes, yes, yes.
God knows the strength that you bear, brother Kelly. So he's not going to put no more on you than you can bear. We probably sitting back looking like, ooh, it's been a hell of a storm, but it was
Right.
the storm that was meant for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we all have our storm, and our storm's not going to look the same. Our
Right.
storm may not last the same amount of time. But guess what? Long as we see that storm going, we know you still fight.
First Corinthians, the 10th chapter, nephew, talks about how God looks at the scenario and he actually weighs it for you individually. And he weighs it just enough to allow just enough where you can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we don't it don't click, and sometimes we have to go back in a circle and revisit those scenarios because there was something in that we didn't get and we didn't learn. And when you accept that and understand that God know what He's doing, and just
Mm-hmm.
get out of His business, stop trying to
That's
do
it.
God's business and get out of it.
And get out of it.
And what Tamla the man said a year back, it's a song she said in one of them Tyler Perry plays. She said, "Step aside."
Mm-hmm.
A year back.
Uh-huh. Trying to
We
tell
be in
you,
the way,
man.
Nephew. We be in the way.
We be in the
God
way.
trying to do it, but we be in the way. Get out
They
the
say it all
room.
the time. We are our worst enemy. But God is a jealous God.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, see, we as human, we have the ability, we got something called a conscience, right? We got
Yep.
something that makes us think. We
Yep.
have feelings, we have emotions. I look at humans, sometimes I say, man, humans are the worst creatures created, man, because you can't tell. You can't identify. We have so much going on with us to the point to where when it comes down to just living, man, when God say let go, when they say let go and let God, that simple term means exactly what it say. Let
Right.
go and let God. It don't mean let go, let God, and you keep working on it. No, it's mean exactly what it says. Let go and let God. See, you can't give a problem to God and still try to be the mechanic of it. No,
Right.
it don't work that way.
Stay up all night, pacing the floor, worrying about it.
You can't. If you believe in this man the way that you say you believe in this man, that means anything that you take to him, you
Right.
leave there.
Right.
You don't come back and say, God, did I have some change left over?
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I know about that. I ain't gonna touch that one.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? See, people don't understand. We have to understand the
Yeah.
man that we're dealing with. This is the Almighty, the man of all men.
Like I said on one of the other lives, God said in His Word that my thoughts are not your thoughts. You know what I mean? So that just human mind, boy, it gets you. That's why it's so important to get out of the flesh and feed the spirit.
Man.
You know, and you can understand some things. God can reveal things to you. But when we caught up in all that foolery and all the negativity, doing the stuff that we should know that do better, and we had the opportunity to do better, but we choose not to, because that's why relationships across the board, whether it's an intimate relationship between man and woman, whether it's a family dynamic, all that, a good, healthy relationship only happens when people realize that they come into it selfless.
Mm-hmm.
Selfish individuals, relationships don't work for you. They will never work because you're there to serve. You're there to add value, not be a liability and to drain and take away from. That ain't how God do it. God loved so much that He gave.
Uh-huh. What
He
did He
came in
give,
the
huh?
form of man.
What did He give?
He gave His only begotten Son,
So that what?
that we should have a right to live with Him throughout eternity. I think we scared of that. I think we get scared of that because we in this realm where we born, we live this life, and then we pass on when our time is expired. But God is in a whole nother dimension. He's in the what we call in the scripture. Paul says the third heaven.
Mm-hmm.
That's light years away. He's in a whole nother realm. You know what I mean? This earth is quarantined. You know what I mean? So He left glory to come to all down into this crap to restore that which was lost in the Garden of Eden. Woo. And you still have a choice to accept that, believe in that, mature and grow in that to see this life, or you can say, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how powerful the will is in the power of choice that we have. And like you just alluded to, our conscience, look at it like this, nephew. Your conscious mind is like a jury. Your will is a decider. That's the judge. This is wrong. Your conscience said, the jury. Don't do that. Your will is the one that makes the final decision. And then your will tells your power of choice whether or not you're going to do thus and so based on your belief system within your being. That's how powerful the human will and power choice is. Animals don't even really have. We the only creatures that have that. Do you know how powerful that? So everything you need to do, to have, to grow and become, learn and mature and maneuver through, you got the power of choice to do those things, to figure those things out. And what you you're destined to be is inside of your DNA.
Right.
You got He give you everything. I don't get people sitting around so I can. You got it.
And with that being said, right there. And with that being said, right there where you at right now. The title of today's live is R.Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Why not protect the investment?
Right.
Why not protect the investment? Now, we go back to the gorgeous Dre
Yeah.
phone interview with Robert.
Powerful.
Powerful, detailed interview. And we hear Robert talk about his start into the music industry. Okay. Now, with the amount of success that this brother had in R&B music. Now, I had to think about this last night. I said, for this man to be as successful as he is as an R&B musician. The fact that he became an R&B musician by accident, because that wasn't his initial calling. When you hear him in that interview with Gorgeous Dre talk about what he wanted to do, what his heart wanted to do when he first got started, he said, I wanted to sing about the gospel. He said, when I first started, I wanted to sing about the gospel.
Now I missed that part. Nephew. I do remember him saying the humanity song, inspirational song, but I
He wanted
don't.
to sing inspiration, his gospel,
Yeah,
humanity. He didn't want to do R&B music.
right, right.
He did not want to do no sexual music.
Yeah, yeah,
But that was the direction he was pushed in.
right. And people probably find that hard to believe. Then you haven't really been listening to him. Then you haven't heard the heart behind what you know what I mean. He's been saying you haven't been listening. You know, because people they feeding that back to that flesh again, nephew. So that's all they hear and see. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all they hear and see. It is what it is. It
What's
is
up,
what it
everybody in the chat?
is.
Julia, Blessed, Ann, Sydney, Sharice, Hammer Time, Tanisha, Tanasha. I'm gonna say that, Tanasha. Hopefully that's right. But yeah, so could you imagine if this man was able to solely focus on the direction that he felt he was gifted in?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the humanity,
Mm-hmm.
the gospel. Because I can see his relationship to the gospel based on the relationship with his mother.
Right.
The amount of time he spent around his mother in the choir.
Right.
So naturally, naturally, I'm looking at it like this. The amount of success that he gained from the R&B world, you can only imagine the amount of, I'm gonna just say, I'm not gonna even say the amount. Could you imagine the spiritual realm, the spiritual barriers, the spiritual guards, the spiritual shield that this brother could have had around his life?
Mm-hmm.
Because these people, when we looking at what this brother is going through, what are they basing? What are they relating these accusations to?
Mm-hmm.
What are they relating the accusations to? They're relating the accusations to the sexual music
Mm-hmm. That they pushed and encouraged.
that they push, that they influence.
It's like a setup from the get-go, from the gate, man.
You get where I'm going. Now do you get where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
Why, when you look at it now, you see now that they forced this man to change the direction that he intended to pursue. They build up this persona of R.Kelly,
Yeah.
talking about sexual music, vulgar language, and they turn that same thing that they build and used it to attack this man's life as if he doesn't have a relationship with God.
See, and that's why, nephew, I keep referencing uh, Pac because that's how Pac got together with Matulu, no playing them, and they established the thug code for the street. And then Pac learned from Matulu the true definition and the history behind thuggery because he kept pushing that thug. And Pac was meaning his heart was in the right place, but he didn't quite understand the impact of what that meant. And so Matulu sat him down and broke down that to him. And he was like, "Oh, okay, I get your point. I ain't saying that. I'm not on that, but I get your point." He said, "Well, you have to define it then, Pop. You have to redefine it." So they came out with the acronym Thug Life, the hate you gave little infants, F everyone. So his thought process now was America, that you label me, that you call me, that you oppress me with, the ills and the voices that never been heard, the dirt that you've been sweeping up under the carpet, I'm going to push that back and present that back to you, America. This is what you have created. What you see is what you have created. You're responsible for that. Now, that is what you must deal with now. Do you know what kind of insult to them was that? And then you have somebody that's well versed, well read, and you already been on them because of their name, COINTELPRO. So it's like from adolescent years, you never seem to get a break. You running here, you changing different houses to get a loot. I can't even imagine at that age, man, 10 years old, having to deal with that. And then not knowing that your biological father was still living because mommy and you and him, whatever that, and how that affect you. You just saw some stuff with Kirk Franklin, how it did. And the mama still don't, even the auntie said, he just want to know the truth. How
Mm-hmm.
dare you treat children like that? God gonna get you for that. But my point is the same thing with Kill. Pop was, the positive song. They didn't want that. Created that. You know what I mean? So I can imagine him trying to handle that and finagle that, man, and his inner issue. He talked about it a lot in his music. The crying out. Shock G said a lot. He's not laughing. He said certain songs. He said he's not laughing. It's forced laughter. He said all he's doing is talking about the pain and the agony. He
Mm-hmm.
said people love me so much. Why ain't nobody try to come and help me? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That
and you
woo, I get back.
but you look at that though, and right there, right where you at right now. Now, if you look at that, now do you feel as though if Kels would have been able to focus more on that humanitarian music, that real life music, the gospel music, do you believe that would have helped him express and address a lot of the things that he went through as a kid coming up?
Yeah, I still say that he did even still um the
He
best
sung about it,
the best way he understood to do it. You know what I
right?
mean?
But I feel like though, me just in my opinion, if he never got into that vocal sexual
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
character, that
yeah,
it was a character
yeah.
that
'Cause it's a spirit you take on. It's a spirit
right,
you take, and
he
that's
took on that character as R.Kelly,
yeah,
and Robert would have been that, been able to focus more on that his relationship with God, and things that would have led him to having to address that spiritual aspect of, things like, as when you in the spirit, you can deal with things differently, you
mhm.
know but now they want you to put out all this sexual music. They, like he say, even when he was going through what he was going through, uh he was going through what he was going through, what they told him. He say people stop believing him when Matter of fact, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that Tevis Smiley interview because it helps put things into perspective.
Yeah.
Like
Not-
when
not-
you talk about
yeah.
when you talk about the people around him, like
Mhm.
how they looked at him and what they thought of him,
Mhm.
versus that Tevis Smiley interview is gonna help us understand the thought process of the people around him versus his spiritual
Right.
thought process.
Right.
Him believing in what God tell him to do versus what these people around him suggesting him to do. And I'm finna play that right quick, and we're gonna listen to that. Then we're gonna chime back in. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all hitting that share button. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. But like I say, why not protect the investment?
And my brother yesterday, when he was dropping me off at the cruise and stuff, I was sitting up in his house and he was listening to your thing, and he subscribed and became, and subscribed to the channel and stuff.
Okay.
His
Appreciate
nickname
that.
was Munchie Blue. Yeah, he was liking what we was putting down. You know what I mean?
Already, man, and that's what it's about.
We from the same tree. You think y'all like listening to me? You should hear my brother.
Hopefully we get him on one day.
Awesome. You should hear him.
Hopefully we can get him on one day.
I'll let him know. I will definitely let him know. Yeah. And you check your Cash App, nephew. I wish I could have done more.
Man, don't, man, look, don't.
I subscribed. I became a member, and I went to the I don't know what level it is. I guess the 1, 2, 3. The level, regardless of you not being able to do no package, anything like that. I'm really not concerned with that right now. I wanted to do that. That was on my heart. That's been on my heart. I had to get some things together and straighten out. But however you down the line, or whatever you want to decide you do, I'll let that be on you. I just wanted to subscribe to that one, whatever that one is. It's you got the 2, you got the 7, and then you got the 25. I went to that one.
Okay, look, man, I appreciate it. You already know when it comes, the thing ain't no value for what we do over here, But I appreciate the support most definitely, and we're gonna listen at this Tevis Smiley interview, and I want y'all to just understand the thoughts of the people. Well, pretty much the thoughts of the industry versus the thoughts of the God in Kells himself. Regardless of what people telling him, he followed the spirit, and that shows you like he never let his discernment went away, no matter the situations that presented themselves. So let's listen to this. I'm quite sure we done heard it, but this never gets old, man, because there's so much being said in this clip.
Yeah, that's why I keep referencing that interview.
I think I got it right here.
I want to jump ahead because the 7-year turmoil that you went through vis-a-vis the trial for child pornography, your advisors, almost to a person, told you over and over and over again, while you're going through this period, Kells, do not put out sexually explicit material. Do not. The audience can't handle that. Your fans can't handle it. It's not going to be good for the outcome of this trial. Tone it down. Don't put that out. You ignore all of them. Do it anyway and get bold with it. It's during this period you put out Chocolate Factory. You put out Remix. You put out Ignition. Here they're telling you not to do this, and you put out a song about putting your key in the ignition. I read that and I wanted to ask, so I will, why it is that you went against your advisors. What is it that you were thinking, that you were feeling, that kept you doing that when everybody else told you not to do that?
Well, first of all, let me say, I wasn't bold about it, and I didn't totally ignore them, because that would be the worst thing to do, is totally ignore your advisors or your lawyers. I listened to them. We talked. We discussed the situation. I felt strong, very strong, as I said many years ago about the trial, that I will have my day in court, and I will be innocent, and I will walk away, and I will move on with my life. I said that in the beginning. I said that during the middle part of the trial and everything else. I look at my music like a soldier looks at his sword. You never put your sword down in the midst of a war. You never lay down in the midst of a war. And I think that my lawyers were good lawyers, great lawyers, but I didn't think they had that part down. And you have to be the soldier in the midst of the war to even understand that. And I was the soldier on the front line for my life, for my kids' life, for my fans. And I told them I would not lay down. I would not stop doing music. Why would I do that? I think that would say, oh yeah, he did it. I think that would say all of the things that people want to say about R.Kelly. So I did what I'm supposed to do. Like any fireman that goes up in the building, they don't get to the building and say, oh, wait a minute, that's just too much fire. But you're a fireman. So go and fight the fire. Don't care how much it is. I had to go and I had to do my music. I'm not going to change my lyric. I'm not going to change my name. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to do my music. And that's what I did. And that's what I told the company, even though they continued to say, no, don't do it. But the minute Ignition came out, which was the first song I did, it blew up. And all of a sudden the company's calling me. Everybody's calling me, come do an album cover shoot. We got to get the rest of this album done. We got to go there. We got to bring your clothes. We're going to have well, I ain't got no doggone makeup person. Yeah. You got some makeup, bring your own makeup. We'll do it. I mean, it just got crazy. So I did what I felt was right for myself.
Woo, that gave me chills. Woo, man. Man, that man is extremely intelligent, man. Brilliant mind, bro. Yeah, man, y'all get off my boy Kel, man. I ain't trying to hear that more. I ain't trying to hear no more with these foolery, man, what y'all talking about. Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. They ain't got nothing to do. They got it like Cat Williams say. That's their job. Let them do their job. Maneuver around that foolery. Ooh, man, that was powerful. That's why I keep on referencing that interview, boy. I know what I'll be talking about.
Above film. And as for Robert, here's what I need to do. Get rid of them clowns and get myself a whole nother crew.
Make my job too hard. Yep, that's it, bless it. Yep, that's it. That's exactly what he said. Yep. Peace and grace and blessings from above, from God's throne to everybody in the chat, every single family that's represented. Continue to walk in goodness and integrity. It's the best thing to do. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Anything that's good having, hey, you know it's going to be some challenge to come along with it. Blessing to everybody in the chat.
Hold on. What do you say?
They say
even
you hear the
soul. He don't address this. They say he don't address that. They say he don't address this.
Hey, that's my song. That's my man. That's man, nephew. That's
what do you say? And as for Robert, here's what I need you to do. Get rid of them clowns and get yourself a whole nother crew. How you don't protect the investment?
Yeah. That's why I said before, man, I take loyalty over respect any day. Now, loyalty, this respect is good. Now, you want that. You know what I mean? That's, if you can get that and it's genuine through and through, that's cool. But loyalty, oh, man, you ain't let nobody infiltrate.
What's album?
You
What he
ain't
say?
going, man.
What does it profit a man to gain the whole world? So when we think about Kels in this situation, Styles, that song is "Heaven I Need a Hug."
Mm-hmm.
What did it? We say, what does it profit a man? So in R.Kelly's situation, what did it profit the industry to gain R.Kelly? What did it profit the industry to build R.Kelly and Robert pay the price for it? I'm gonna sit that down. Levi.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Levi touch that when he come in.
Levi, what did it profit the industry to build R.Kelly and Robert pay the price for it? Man,
Yeah, that's got me thinking, really thinking on that.
The only person who's suffering from being R.Kelly is Robert, while the industry is steady making money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brother Levi, blessings, grace, and peace to you, my brother. How you feeling this day?
Fine, and you, my dear brother.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind, Levi?
What's up, Big Bad? Listen, man.
I ain't got much. I'm just an open bottle, man, trying to get food.
Absolutely. I know bro's voice. I can't see the screen. Who's all on here?
Uncle Muse, that's it. Me and Muse.
Uncle Muse. You just had the birthday, right, bro?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something, Uncle Muse. Let me tell you, bro. It's brother Muse to me. You my brother. Listen. My right hand to Almighty God. Yesterday, we have our days, right? And yesterday, I was feeling a little down as I continue to fight for this man. And I started listening to y'all, Big Bass show yesterday. And if anybody want to challenge me, I'll prove it and send it to Big Bass. I'll prove it. So I'm feeling a little down. I'm listening to you guys, right? And I got my one phone listening to the Bass show, and I'm going through the car wash. So I'm taking my truck through the car wash, and I'm listening to y'all, and y'all having that positive conversation, and I'm loving it. Bro, by the time when I came out for them to drive my ride off, Rob calls me while Big Bass joint is playing. He calls me on my other phone. He calls me. And I push it, into my truck on the speaker. I accept the call. And he's like, "What's up?" And he hear Big Bass joint in the background. "What you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm listening to I said, "Listen, bro, I'm listening to one of the most positive channels, one of your supporters." He said, "What's the name?" I said, Big Bass. He said, "For real?" And I'm playing y'all live, you're live with you brothers talking. I said, "Man, it's one of the most positive conversations." I said, "This brother's channel is so positive." He said, "Shout out to him. Tell him I said, what's up, this, that." I said, "For sure." But I thought that was so big of a coincidence because I was just thinking as I was listening to y'all how positive you were. And I was like, yeah, that's the kind of conversation. Sometimes, most of the time you need that positivity. All of the time you need that positivity to lift you up. And I'll say it again. If anybody want to challenge me on what I just said, I will send it to Big Vi. And all Big Vi got to do is look at the time and look at the time that you guys were talking about your birthday. You talk about your father, right? Your father and your brother, right?
Right, correct.
Yes, sir. And I just want to, once again, and like I said, if anybody want to challenge it, because you know how they do, I'll send Big Vi, I email it to him. He'll better see it for himself. That man called me the exact same time that you guys were having that positive conversation. And I say that to say that the universe, how this is set up, is set up in such a way where whenever you want to a breakthrough or whatever you want, because I needed to talk to him yesterday because I had something to tell him. Right. All you got to do is attach yourself to positivity.
Yep.
All you got to do is attach. It's like a person, bro. You in the parking lot and somebody battery is dead. Can I get a jump? If you put another dead battery next to that dead battery, that car ain't gonna start. You feel me? Right. But you put that positive that strong battery next to that. So the book says, after I strengthen you, Jesus says, in the spirit, Jesus says, thank you for the strength. He restores my soul. And we know all about that. And Jesus says to, I think it was Paul, he basically says, okay, now that I've strengthened you, now you go strengthen your brothers. Go Peter. Strengthen them. It was Peter. That's right, brother. You got it.
It was about the encounter, and he knew that was going to crush Peter. But he's like, but I'll take care of that. I already prayed for you. You're going to be good. And when you get your strength back,
that's right.
Go strengthen your brother, because the influence Peter had on them. So
that's
Peter,
right.
They always going to. So Jesus had, woo, man, that's powerful. Woo, that's powerful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I needed that strength yesterday. As time I started listening to that positivity, bro called. You feel me? I'm like, wow. But I want to say something, a couple of things, what you guys are just talking about. For one, when Robert talked about the last time they lied on him and this assault came at him, you have to understand that we did not have social media like that. Right. You feel me?
Right.
Satan's tool, which is social media, had not been fully constructed.
Right.
So the lies that were told on him in 2002, and as he went toward the 2008 case and all of that, we were relying on the jury. We were relying on what was, and sure enough, he was exonerated. He was found not guilty. However, now we're dealing with a different beast. We're dealing with a different demonic force, and that is social media, as he explained to Gayle King. And that, it's so sad how wicked these people are, because when she asked him, so you telling me, Robert, all these people are lying on you? And he starts talking about the power of social media. He said, it's easy to spread a rumor like this on me. That's right. All it takes is one, and it spreads and it spreads and it spreads. But she tried to dilute and get away from what he was saying, brother. So I had to come in and say that real quick, that it's a different ball game now. What Robert is up against now is that, see, God understands something that we and Robert didn't understand. We as human beings, we don't understand and recognize when these wicked people come at you, they were expecting for him to be found guilty in the 2008 trial.
Right.
But what we do is, after God delivers us, we as just people, period, we forget that Satan is now madder.
Yeah.
He more upset now.
Yep.
Like a virus, he's coming back mutated and new and improved.
Yep.
So this assault, without a doubt, has been designed once again to kill him. But just like Job, understand something, bro. You feel me? Like, hey, they can't kill him, because it had the Most High given them Satan permission to kill him, he would have been dead.
Right.
You understand? So he's going through it. But I'll let you guys speak, and I'll listen to you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I got something I want to put on the string.
Okay.
Right here, Levi. Now, this is supposed to be, I guess, how they put these are the accusations stemming from 1994. We done already debunked this, married Aaliyah at 15. Then you got sued by, now when was this woman a student? The woman that got the kids by Demetrius Smith.
I got to look at my screen. You said.
When was Tiffany Hawkins a student? I think that's her.
Okay, it says sued by student.
For $10 million.
What a student come into the shit. I'm sorry for swearing. I don't swear in the channel.
You good. I'm asking the same question.
Student?
When was she a fucking student? What school did Robert have?
Absolutely, and they worded it as if he was the teacher at the school, right?
Man, these folks, boy.
And let's back up to Aaliyah. Let me say this real quick. Let me back up to Aaliyah. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, my mom has passed on. And Aaliyah and her brother, I can't name too many names, but someone that they knew stayed in the same exact condo complex as us. And we dropped Aaliyah and her brother off in Northland, and they were so meek. And I said, "You want me to wait?" And she said, No. But this is what's so weird about it is that Northland is a mall. And when they walked away, my mom was like, "That baby's so sweet, Aaliyah," because she was just naive, kind of like, which way are you gonna go? And one day I'm going to get her brother to attest to that, Aaliyah's brother. However, look at this, man. You're talking about, you're talking about bringing a man up on charges where the young lady herself said it never happened. Her mother said it never happened. And her father, Dame Dash talking shit, but Robert said it never happened. What I need for y'all to understand is that, and this is very, very important what I'm about to say when it comes to these people. Aaliyah, you have to outthink the enemy. When you say he married Aaliyah at 15, you're saying he committed a crime at 15, when she was 15.
Correct.
My question to you, brother, and everyone listening to me. Two questions. A, it was all on MTV. In every hood, we heard that he married Aaliyah. It was everywhere. I asked the man personally about it. God is my witness. On the side, I never forget it, on the Fox Theater, on the side of the theater. I'm walking, and I just asked him out of the blue, boom, was he married Aaliyah? He said it was a publicity stunt. But listen, I want you, Brother Muse, I want Brother Vibe, me, or any man listening to me, go take a 15-year-old right now down to the county courthouse and marry a 15-year-old. Yeah, and then one can say, well, maybe we could sneak off and do that. We're talking about celebrities. We're talking about, you understand what I'm saying? We're talking about Aaliyah had teachers at her school, the School for the Arts. We all went down there when Aaliyah passed. My baby mama, all of us went down there. My daughter's mother and put flowers, and it was a big, everybody came out down there. She had teachers. She had family members. It's not like this was done in secret. Okay, so why didn't a teacher step up and say, wait a minute, she was in my freshman class. She's 15. Right. It was all over the place. So why did they not arrest him again? When they say he married Aaliyah, people understand something. That is the equivalence. It is equivalent to saying that you went into a bank and robbed it and then sat down after you got the money and gave them your ID and opened up a bank account. Hold on, hey, big man, hold on.
Not only that, though. Not only that, the purpose that they put out for the alleged marriage was so that she could have an abortion. Now, right. Shit don't make sense. Now, if you want to go through the hoops and loops to get the fake ID to say that you 18, what the fuck do you need to get married to have the abortion for?
Absolutely. you just go have the abortion, right?
Right. You got the ID to say you grown.
Right. He wasn't having an abortion. They say she was. So what's the problem? Go with. Come on, man.
And Demetrius Smith, chapter 7, Demetrius Smith talking about Robbie had nothing to do with that. That dog don't know that.
Admitted it.
Yeah.
Like someone said yesterday, but what statement did he originally gave on record? What did he originally testify to? See, what they do is they'll say, well, Demetrius testified to a grand jury that Robert did this, that, and the third. But guess what? Demetrius Smith so clever, he telling people, I'm terrified of Robert. So when they bring him in the courtroom, now he changed his whole story.
Right.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you this. Once again, that Aaliyah dynamic only confirms that they did not have a case.
Right.
Right.
Do you understand? In other words, if Brother Muse, if you did something in 2023, 2020, let's just say 2021, 2020, if you did something, and you did something that carries 30 years in prison, life in prison, or whatever, why do I have to go way back and say, oh, by the way, he forged a check?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
He forged a check.
Even this, Levi, now check this out. Now we talk about we on the Aaliyah dynamic. So they bring out there, they can find fake marriage certificates, all this shit about Aaliyah. But why couldn't they pull this document right here?
Oh, when she sued them. Yeah, when she sued them, Levi.
I'm looking at the screen right now.
Yeah. They never talk about this and bring that up.
I'm reading this.
So why couldn't they pull this and address this?
Absolutely.
And who is David Orr?
Let me see.
David Orr is the man named the county clerk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's so simple. You take this, you go, matter of fact, you don't even need her. You take this and you go lock his ass up.
Right.
You take this, go find R.Kelly, put him in handcuffs. You understand? In other words, what happened? What happened?
Why would she be suing the man who performed the marriage, who signed off on the marriage license?
Brilliant, brother. Brilliant.
Why would she be suing the public health office worker?
Absolutely. So basically, what you're saying is, what you guys are saying also is that, brother, it's like waking up tomorrow morning and say, you know, that guy just got 30 years. Who? The guy that robbed you and shot at you. Who? Which? I don't. Hey, listen, these people so crafty. You look in the newspaper, your name is the victim. And you ain't said one time you've been robbed and shot at. You feel me? How you gonna put my name as a victim and I've never claimed to be a victim? How do you put Jane Doe number 5 as a victim and she's with the man saying he didn't do none of that, but you still got her in an indictment? Come on, y'all.
Yep.
Are you serious? Yep. So you gonna just make her a victim?
But you know what though? I said this a long time ago. And this is, I feel, is one of the most truthful statements that you can see. And I hate to make it about race based, but these same accusations would not even make it past the fucking community if this was fucking Elvis Presley.
Brother, it was a time. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
With the black community is they treat R. Kelly, if you want to compare it to anything, the treatment of what you see R. Kelly went through, look at what Deion Sanders is going through.
Right.
From the black community. Because this brother put himself in a better position.
Yeah. See that? Yeah.
All because he put himself in a better position.
Right.
But the one thing they have in common is that God factor, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got people out here believing. You got people out here talking about Jesus. And we are living in a demonic state of time right now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You can't show that. You can't see that. You can't promote that.
Right.
But you can look on BET and see black young women shaking their tail feather, talking about their beehole and they pee and putting their mouth, like just degrading themselves till it's nothing left. And then these same women that go out and say, "Oh, I'm a victim," but you just out here talking about eating a man butt, this, that, and the third. Like, come on, man. When it comes to our people, we have to be the first one to step up for our people and get on the front line. We can't sit back and allow these other races, these other communities to come and stand up for us if we're not standing up for ourselves.
That's right. But I have to pour your coat on something, and Brother Muse I think he will attest to this. For one, this is something new, Brother Vi. You're younger than us. This is something new with our people. In 2008, I was all over the country. 2007.
Thank you, Darlene. What's up, Gemini?
The consensus from most of the people I spoke with was like they trying to railroad R. Kelly. And Brother Muse will attest to this. Back in the day when we were younger and kids and stuff, when they said something about Al Green, when they said something about Sam Cooke, when they said something about Etta James, Etta Fitzgerald, Red Fox, Sammy Davis, you run down the list. When they said something about any of our people back then had a sense of self. Our people back then would say, oh, you know, that Teddy Pendergrass, this, that, and the third, and you know they said this about Al Green, and they'd tell the story as they sit on a porch, barbershops, hair salons, walking down the street, standing on the corner, sitting on milk crates, and they would always say, so they say.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that, if you remember, they would always say, Brother Muse, so they say. Remember that?
Yep.
They say that's what they say.
Right.
But we had our own minds back then. Understand something, Brother Vi. Understand this. The book says in plain and clear language that Satan, the devil, has been casted down to earth and he shall manage to deceive the entire inhabited earth.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time where we separated ourselves. I heard y'all talking about that yesterday. I heard y'all talking about the rainbow crowd. I heard y'all talking about that orientation. There was a time that if our people got down like that, they kept it to themselves.
It was the real download.
Right.
Real down low. If that what you talked about with the sexy red, if that was pink and that was brown, they kept that to them damn selves.
Right. Right.
Now, with the advent of social media, I hear people actually on social media, young people, saying that this rapper, that rapper is the greatest of all times, and Tupac can't touch this rapper and that rapper. They will try to, if you asked a lot of these young people who's the greatest rapper of all time, they'll talk about this one and that one. Everybody know that Tupac Shakur was and is the greatest rapper of all time. Now that is debatable.
Right.
You want to bring in a Biggie Smalls? You want to bring in a Nas? You want to bring in a Jay-Z? But those four are really the conversation. But when you start talking, but now with the advent of social media, so many see what I'm getting to is this: is that when it says Satan the devil has been casted down and he shall manage to influence the entire inhabited earth. That was prophesied, but there was a moment in time where he could not influence us as a people. We were the last stronghold. You couldn't convince our young men to walk around with dresses and high heels. And now I go, me and my girl, we go through the mall, and young guys with their mothers, man, 15, 16, 17 years old, with blonde hair and switching with their mamas. There's not a black family that's listening to me that has not been touched by that.
Yeah.
We love our nieces and nephews and cousins and brothers and those who are of that persuasion. But let's be real. They were influenced by this beast called social media. The acceptability factor. See,
Right.
what's acceptable. And brother Amuse will tell you this. When we were growing up as kids, black men didn't even admit that they went downtown.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's correct. That's
If
correct.
you went downtown, you kept that to yourself. You wasn't somewhere bragging about that.
I got OG uncles right now. We be going at it about that same thing you just said. I was like, man, stop that capping. Hell no. Hell, I said, boy, look here, man. You got 6 kids, man.
Right.
I got OG uncle right now, boy. I'll be getting them hot about that topic right there.
Absolutely, but
I'll let you know right there when you hit a nerve. You know what I mean? Yourself. Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah. But now they're bragging about going downtown and around town. You understand?
Let me say this. I'm gonna mention something that Pac said that I always reference, and I'm gonna tie it into Job's story, and then I'm gonna bring it right back into Kills. Walk with me, Levi.
Yes, sir.
Pac said in this interview, and anybody want to get this, go to Amazon, and the interview from prison that Pac did, phenomenal. Just Pac dropped a lot of gems in that thing. Pac got to a portion of it where he said that when we do stand up and advocate for our community to address our issues, that we don't get the support that we should be getting, paraphrasing, till we get attacked. And he said, so, and you wonder why niggas live a negative lifestyle. He said, because it's safer.
That's right.
Here's my point. Let me tie back to Job. God said to Satan, Lucifer at the time, Adam was supposed to represent this planet, but when they failed the test in the garden, then they voided that out, and now by default, Lucifer had access to this planet. That's why Jesus came and took back both death, hell, the keys, and the grave. He took back ownership to this. You know what I'm saying? So the enemy have just a season to do what he's doing.
That's
all right. So it was God that told Lucifer, "Have you considered my servant Job?" Lucifer never brought him up.
That's right.
God brought him up. Your life is such a way that please the Most High that He can entrust you with a test such as that.
Yes.
To tell the enemy you can do whatever you want to him, but you can't take his life.
That's right.
So the point is in that story is that was nothing. That was not about Job. God's character was in question. His governing, his omniscience, and who he was brought into question.
That's right.
So when you decide that you're going to say yes to the Most High, even if we get off track, we get distracted and all of that, and you get yourself back in line and you submit to that leading and that guiding, immediate disruption in your life.
No, you ain't lying, brother.
Because you got to go through a process of, here come nephew, pruning.
It's necessary.
It's necessary for what you're about to embark.
That's right.
Miss McKinn told Kels. She told him constantly, this ain't nothing. When you gonna have to do, when you gonna get to where you go, the stuff you're gonna go through to when you get to what, it comes with it. Mm-hmm. It comes with it. And if you don't have from within,
that's right.
God built character and faith to hold you. There's no way you can still be standing. You talk to him, Levi. We don't talk to him, and still has his sanity and his integrity intact. Do you know how close you got to be with God in this relationship? Whatever everybody want to think about your relationship with God is, ain't none of they business. They can't judge that and tell you that.
That's right.
They in the human heart of how God is maneuvering you and leading, guiding you, how you cut things off and rearranging this and renewing your mind. They don't see that.
Absolutely.
I yield to you, Levi. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'll tell you this, that I said to Rob about 3 months ago, I said, I get the call, and when time I answer the call, I start saying the storm is over. He started laughing. And I said to him, I said, you made the song. I said, you wrote the song. He said, what you mean? I said, you wrote the song, right? The storm is over.
There you go.
Okay, you wrote the song.
The soldier's heart.
You can't write the song and not expect to be in the storm. You wrote the song to encourage millions.
Yeah.
That part.
And millions.
Yeah.
Have been inspired by A Storm Is Over. You saved me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see if he saves you. Let's see if the storm is over. But let me tell you this, brother. I had to tell you, brother Music. Oh man, when you just said what you just said, chills came to me because I've always, bro, thought I was stronger than that man. You listen to me. I've always considered myself.
I hear you.
To be strong, man. Listen, bro.
That's why I keep making reference to it.
Yes. My mama used to say, me and my mom used to walk all the time, be hot as hell, be hot one of them hot days. And I'd be sweating and the sun would be shining down on my head. And my mama used to say, boy, ain't you hot? Like, man, boy, you could take some heat. And Rob knows me as that. But when that man was put in that furnace, I thought that man was weaker than me. I said, oh my God. You see, brother, Nobody wants to go to prison. Nobody wants to be, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, boy, I'm a very meek guy. I'm about that life. I'm about that life. Now, I know how to adjust. I thought you put me in some shit like that, at least, and I don't know if you remember me saying this, brother. I used to say, if I can go in there every week and trade with him, I would.
Yeah. I remember you saying that.
I'll go in for a week, you go in for a week, back and forth. I thought I can handle it, but check this out. During that same time, I had to sit and think about it. People he trusted and was so kind to turned their backs on him and betrayed him.
They was all in survival mode. That's what survival mode looks like.
Absolutely.
When you have no moral compass, you have no integrity, no principle that's governing you.
Absolutely.
That's what that looked like. And it's so deceptive, and you can counterfeit. That's why you got to be so much in the spirit, man. And not everybody should have access to you.
That's
There's
right.
people that you have to guard your heart with.
Yes, sir.
It's just what it is.
That's right. I heard y'all talking about that a minute ago, and that was that. Listen, boy, he know now. But I'm gonna say something else to you, brother Muse, that a lot of people don't know. I've never said this before. The closeness with me and my cousin, the reason why we so close is because he know I was the only one telling him.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only one telling. That's why we're so close, because and you know me. Listen, bro, you don't tell a person I told you, so I've never told him I told you so. Yeah. My mother used to say, you never tell a person who with a toothache they ate too much candy. They got a damn toothache. Deal with the toothache. You feel me? That's not right. But he knows that when I first came on Levi for Kelly, y'all heard me talking about it. I said, this man, every time I saw him, he got these different strangers and people around him. Y'all heard me say that. What?
Right.
And that's just not how we move in my city. But he's learned his lesson.
Vet people, you got to vet people, man, because people can have a respect for you and still turn around and turn on you, man, and get you locked up and throw you in jail. But when you loyal, thorough, I'm saying the way Levi said, when you thorough, 10 toes, and you standing with integrity and more than, you ain't letting nobody infiltrate that.
Absolutely.
But a lot of these people, though, I believe a lot of these people, they came around through people. Hey, shit, I'm cool with Johnny. Oh man, he good. You know, you trusting that these people taking your best interest at hand. But whole time, these people got hidden agendas.
Yes.
Absolutely, bro.
9 times out of 10, the main artist, he probably know 2 or 3 people that he cool with, that he say, I trust these 2 or 3 people. But them 2 or 3 people got about 5 other motherfuckers that this man don't even know, but he trusting them 2 or 3 people that's telling him that these people are good, that they straight.
So that's what I'm telling you about. You check even the closest people to you. They know not to test you and try you like that.
But it's gonna be the ones that's close to you that's gonna try you.
Oh yeah. It comes with it. But you will cut them off, even if it's family, Levi. You will cut them because of your loyalty to your man and whoever it is. You ain't letting it go down like that.
Absolutely. But you have to understand, my dear brother, when he told Gayle King, as the tears rolled down my face, when he told Gayle King, I have a problem. And she said, what's your problem? He said, my heart.
Yeah.
I keep forgiving people and they keep on learning.
That man, I sat there watching that and just busted out into tears because that man was telling the 1,000% truth.
That's with anything, Levi. Even when you're trying to, when someone is out there, a beggar outside of a particular store or restaurant or whatever, and they, hey man, you got some change when I come out. There's individuals that you have to be very truthful when you're doing things for. Some individuals, you have to, hey man, like one incident, I was years ago, me and the dude, we was going to Church of Chicken out there in Harvey. And dude was outside, he said, man, you got some steps, hey man, you know I'm hungry, man, give me something to eat. walked in, and the Spirit of God said, "Go back outside."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Man, you really hungry?" I said, "Man, come in with me, bro." Came in. Give him what he want first. He said, "Man, order whatever you want first. Let him order first. I'm paying for it."
That's right.
Got it. He said, "Thank you." All of that. By the time we got out the stove, dude had almost maxed that.
Wow.
Spoke to me and let me know that some individuals ask the same scenario like that, and they have said out of their mouth, "Well, man, you just can't give me the money."
Right.
That's
Hey,
when
I'm
you know.
not judging what you doing or what you not doing. I'm not on none of that foolery. I can't do that. If you want something to eat, I'll go buy you something to eat.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? You have to be very prudent in that. And you got to understand that no is a complete sentence. And you don't have to explain that.
That's right, brother.
Let your no's be no, and let your yes be yes.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
all.
That's
Uh,
it.
yeah.
That's all. I mean, and what Levi, like what y'all was saying as far as his heart, and we can go to many stories of, to be exact, to be just an example, Lisa Van Allen. Man, in most situations, if she was dealing with somebody like me, it wouldn't even been no. I ain't gonna even say she probably wouldn't have been able to come back once, but when you come back with a whole kid, you know, you had already took from me. Like, I don't know, but then at the end of the day, if you look at Kel's character, Lisa knew her only way back would be to bring that kid with her.
She turned around and say she thought he was going to try to molest the kid.
Then turn around.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You see what I'm saying?
And not knowing that the only reason why she got back around was because shelter for that kid, probably. 9 times out of 10 it was because of the kid.
Listen. We remember the movie Jason Lyrics, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The part at the water pond, the lake, whatever they was at, and his brother was still holding that incident over his head.
That's right.
So he felt it. He felt that he had to. And Jada said to him, "You keep trying to save a brother who don't want to be saved."
That's right.
You got to recognize that and see that for what that is, because when people are in shout out to Love Dorsey. When people are in survival mode, it's just like a crackhead. No disrespect to both who got habits and how they got there. Every moment they own the next lick and the next lick and the next lick and the next lick. That's how they move. Them jokers will tell you whatever they tell. Man, you ever heard a story with a person trying to that's all that stuff, man? They got a wonderful imagination, bro. Because of the dark place in their life that they at. Them people, you ain't gonna hate them. You just can't you can't have none of that in your environment, in your circle. You got to move a certain way. You got to move a certain way out here, man. That's why I stay up under the radar. I move I move very strategically how I move around here, boy. I'm very analytical, like Levi. I sit back in the cut. I pick up a lot of stuff, and I move accordingly, man. You know what I'm saying? I respect myself, and I respect everywhere else around me, and I move accordingly. You just got to. That's just what it is, man. People gonna draw the conclusion. Oh, that joker said he's narcissist. He just. Hey, I'll get back on this. Tupac's sister recently, Sexual Shakur, said this in the interview. Your opinion of me has nothing to do with me. Nothing.
So,
Are you back?
Yes, and let me say this: what we're talking about, brother, what you're talking about, and I want people to understand this, is the lethality. The lethality, how lethal jealousy is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, this is what people must understand.
Yeah.
Robert never knew how jealous people were of him until in this situation.
Yeah.
Right.
When I say jealous, y'all, I mean, I've seen it all. I mean, see the thing, but sometimes your own wife or husband will be jealous of you.
Look what Joe, his own wife said, why don't you curse some God out and die?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have some people in relationships that don't want a person to get at a higher height because they think they might leave them. Or, you know what I'm saying? They want that person to fulfill their full potential.
Yeah, that's a person that has a broken spirit and bad character.
Absolutely. So Rob,
a lot of pain. They're in a lot of pain and hurt and unforgiveness. That deficit runs so deep.
So deep.
We see this is how it comes out. This is how it comes out. That's why it's dangerous to have people around you like that.
Oh, that's what he's living it. He's living it right now.
Same thing with Tupac.
That's right.
What he achieved, man. And your heart is so big. You just collaborative. I'm just showing love. If Pac said in the interview, I don't know that person. You know, well, this person got the weed. This person got the access to the hot club. This person got, he balling. He got the money stuff, and we just kicking it. He said, but that was my mistake. Guess what I had around me. Woo!
Let me tell you something, brother. If I could have talked to Tupac, if I only could have talked to Tupac, let me tell you something, brother. Tupac was at the crossroads. This is when I knew, and he was young. Right. You can't call him with a young man. But here's the man, let me tell you something. When Tupac came out with that All Eyes on Me double album, he showed the industry, can nobody touch me. You listen to Drew Downs' interview. Drew Downs said he did an album, and Tupac just happened to come by his crib. And I think it was Drew Downs. I'm quite sure it was Drew Downs. And he told Pac, oh, listen to my album. And he put his album on. And he said, oh, Pac said, shit, I'm about to drop mine too. It went to his trunk, pulled out the album, cut the whole layout of how his album was going to look. And they sat there and smoked weed and listened to it. And Drew Downs said, all he was thinking is, why in the hell did I play my album from him? This album was so much of a masterpiece, right? Mm-hmm. So you take Mozart. Mozart, if you study his life, his teachers said that Mozart would be outside playing. They'll look, and the other students would be there playing the piano and this, that, and the third. And Mozart, he would always go outside and grab Mozart and say, what are you doing? And Mozart would go right back outside.
Right.
But when he went back in, he said, okay, this is today's assignment. Mozart to perform, do that song without just look at the thing and just do it. These are people who are gifted. These are people who we all gifted in some way, but these are people who don't have to struggle. They don't have to put a lot into what they put into. We talked to Robert about his artistry and his mastery.
Yeah.
Bro, the man never says, yeah, I did that, didn't I? He be looking like, man, that ain't nothing. What I'm saying is that, brother, when you listen, man, if Big Vibe, when y'all look at the one of them shows, the Masked Singer and Rob up there singing Woman's Love, have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Can't nobody touch that man. Can't nobody touch that man's voice. Can't nobody touch that man's body movements when he's singing and how he expresses himself on stage. Can't nobody touch that man when it comes to writing and presentation, how he presents it and what he does. But what comes with that? Virulent, vicious, jealousy.
Yeah.
I'll talk about his ex-wife. But she said in an interview, I want you to listen to me and tell me what you think about this. She was interviewing with one of them shows, and they talked about Rob's success. And she says, well, I was a celebrity in my own right in Chicago, in the School of Dance. I was a celebrity when I got with him. Well, if you were a celebrity when you got with him, why are people mentioning you with him and not him with you? What do you mean you were a celebrity when you got with him? Why didn't we know you before him? You understand? Nobody knew you before him. So that told me the woman that lays
don't know after him.
don't know. So that tells you it could be the woman laying right next to the bed like Samson and Delilah. Is the woman right next to you sometimes? The people right close to you that are.
I said that though, Levi. I said that she didn't care because she didn't do the things that her as a wife, the areas where he needed help the most should have been the things that she targeted. If she cared, if she truly cared, but the fact that she didn't try to address nothing, didn't try to see, hey, babe, I need to read over, make sure all your paperwork good, make sure everything. She didn't do shit but bring her ass in there and receive the gifts and time that she received. Whole time she had in her mind, she had kind of like she was like the Kardashian. She had a Kardashian plan in mind. Stay here long enough, get the kids, leave.
Absolutely. But one thing we know for a fact, y'all, when you love someone and you genuinely love someone, I got a couple of exes that I genuinely loved and still love. And when you truly genuinely love someone, whether you fall out, break up, divorce, whatever, you ain't gonna do what she did.
No, hell no, man.
Right.
Hell no. No, what she did was outright hatred, envy towards this man, and it's all because of his success.
So Levi, that's why I'm always talking about it's important for a individual, a human, first have a heightened sense of awareness and realize your brokenness and understand the deficit that you have, the unforgiveness and the bitterness. To just accept that that's what it is.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And be okay with that. And you're not a bad human because of that.
That's right.
But if you don't address that, wherever you step your foot, you will destroy.
That's right. That's right.
And we talking about, but it only happens like that Equalizer movie when he went to give that money to the Russians to pay that girl back, and they rejected that and started playing. And he went back over to the door, and he opened the door and he closed it. He opened the door and he closed it. Opened the door and he closed it. He turned around, he looked at his watch. He looked around the room.
That's right.
Moved.
That's right.
He had already
did anything. He studied Levi first.
That's right.
Before he moved and did anything.
That's right.
To them. He studied first.
That's right.
But it only happens when you have a sense of awareness.
1, 2, and 3. Every time he looked at that watch.
Yep.
Making an assessment of the room.
Yep. A lot of people are not successful, Levi, because they moving and grooving and doing all this other crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And haven't first studied.
That's correct.
And see the steps that it's going to take. What was the about Thomas Edison? I didn't fail. Was it 1,000 times or 10,000 times? I think it was 10,000 times. I just found out 10,000 ways that did not work.
That is correct.
Woo! I yield to you, Levi. I yield back.
Yes, sir.
You know, this crazy, but you know, people with good hearts and good intention. Well, we see Robert when we saw him go through. More than likely, you know, most times in life, it's the people with the good heart, with the good intention, that's always forgiving. It happens like that. We always find an excuse for the things that people do to us.
That's right.
We find a reason to say, you know what, I deserve it. You know, or I felt like, you know, maybe I did do something wrong. And sometimes, you know, we start to make excuses for things that really it's not our fault. And Kel say this in his music. That one song he got, "Heart of a Woman."
Right.
You know, he talks about that particular thing dealing with women. You know, I just listened to this brother music, man. I was telling I said, man, it just seemed like to me, you know, his dislike really for R&B starting when he started out in the music industry, but they wanted to build that persona. You know, and I say, man, we sit here now, everything that we know now, they didn't really use this R&B character to attack this man's life. This man has always been about humanity. He has always been spiritual. He has always talked about the love that he have for women as far as the respect level go. Like, how do we go from that to trying to make this man be this type of monster, man? And I'm sitting here studying looking at this chart on the stream, and we see here what is controlling behavior claims. That's Tracy Sampson, the one who claims she flew out with the passcode, and he met her in Minnesota. Yeah. He didn't touch her. What man you know finna fly a woman cross country, come to the hotel room where you at, tell you take your clothes off, don't touch you, just leave out the room.
Absolutely.
But not only that, now, as a woman now, the worst thing a man could do for a woman is to show that he's not interested.
That's right.
So you go back home and you catch a ride to Chicago with family members to go see the same man that you claim just flew you to a hotel and didn't even touch you.
That's right.
But then look at the timeline, 2001. Well, I thought 2001 was around the same time that the tape came out. The allegations of the tape came out.
Right.
The charges came in 2002. So now I'm sitting here looking at this shit, man. It's just thinking, man. Now this girl, Jerronda Pace, in 2018, trained to please him sexually, but you sit here and testify to jumping a fence to get into the den. You got caught jumping the fence and said that the security let you in the house, but he wasn't home.
Absolutely. You know the difference between Robert and a lot of these other celebrities? The reason why Robert found himself in this, I just thought about it. It's simple. Those women were broke. Those women were of no means. Because when you are a man and you deal with a lot of women, let me tell you something. It's going to be a problem even though you tell them I have a lot of women.
Fact.
There's not let me tell you something. I know this for a fact.
That's fact.
They will come on board, but they want to be the one.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
They want to be Levi, the number one stunner.
They want to be the number one stunner.
That was her plot from the gate. The Courtney Love said she came on Nephew Chat a while back. She said she could not have done that if that wasn't already in her heart.
It was in her heart to do.
Absolutely.
Her main objective was to eventually be the number one stunner. That means I got to wreak havoc and turn everybody against man. Survival mode. That's what it looks like.
Yes, sir.
And grimy to the core.
Yes, sir. They want to be like you just said, the number one stunner. So let's fast forward. First of all, let me say this. Every single female that accused Robert falsely, said something about Robert, including his ex-wife, if they could have been with him alone with nobody else, other women, they would have done it.
Yep.
They all wanted them. Okay. That's for one. For two, let's go ahead, brother.
Oh, I'm good. Like you said, that's fact.
Now, what was, according to what we know, not what we think, What was the number one motivation that Jane Doe number 5 flipped and testified against him? What was it? What did he see? Listen, y'all.
He told his attorney
I'm not leaving.
He wasn't leaving.
The other one, Joy,
to be with her.
Okay, stop right there. So doesn't that tell you, even though when she was there with Joy no. Let me go a step further. Go ahead, brother.
That's what I said, Levi. She wants to be the stunner.
Okay, now let's get psychological with this.
She believes that she already was.
Absolutely.
That's right. Talk a lot on your channel, boy, from the gate, from the beginning.
That's right.
You a Virgo, bro, and I ain't getting to the astrology and all of that. That's just how I work it.
Yes, sir.
Man, that was in her soul, in her character.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I do believe that the parents had a lot of that influence as well.
Absolutely, we know that. The parent was the one that the father gave her the text messages or whatever, all his stolen communications. I mean, not text messages, but he gave her the email. He gave her everything. But listen,
right.
What does that tell you? If she turned on him, cussed him, see, what people must quit doing is what other people say. Let's get it from his mouth, from his own mouth. He said she cussed him out in that visiting room and said, you ain't planning on leaving her. I read it all. You told her. Oh, so you calling her a nickname too? So what does that tell you? I'm trying to show y'all something. That tells you, even as she sat there with Gayle King with Joycelyn, she was that was on her mind was removing Joycelyn the hell out the way.
I already know. Levi, I'd have been there, done that.
You ain't lying.
I'm gonna be talking just to be talking because I like to hear my doggone self talk.
Yes, sir.
A lot of stuff on my forehead, man. And I'd have been through scenarios, man. I'd have been through that. I know what that looks like. I had a woman look me in my face, and all of a sudden her eyeball, it turned like orange to red. It was a total number because I was looking at a demon, man. Ain't nobody gonna get that button. And no disrespect to the young lady, you know what I mean, the female during that time, but she looked me at my face, said, if I can't have you, ain't no other gonna have you.
That's correct.
Just look me in my face and just like that. And so I'm gonna say, well, you just gonna lie? Just a lie? And you know that's not even how this went down. That ain't got nothing to do. How you? She said, look at what I'm gonna year back. She said, I'm a female.
That's right.
Who you think they gonna believe?
That's right.
Shaking her head back and forth like that.
That's right.
It was on me. Like Yellow Beezy's song, he said came out. It's on me, baby. I had to take the L. I had to understand how to vet correctly. Because you meet people in survival mode who hasn't healed, man, and you always meet people representative when they in survival mode. You never get access to the real them. Oh, I just dropped the word right there.
Go back to that forbidden fruit.
So what does he write? He writes, you can cry a river until an ocean starts to form. but she will always remember because she's a woman scorned. Man, don't that describe it? Describe it? He's saying you can cry a river to an ocean. Listen, when that young lady decided to turn on him, wasn't nothing stopping her.
Right. And I look at that both ways though. I look at that just for exempt for women. I look at that for just individuals. And there's no ethnic demographics. It's all the same. Meaning there is a man for almost over 25 years because he was denied or turned down for collaborating with him, working with him, getting something. And call himself a music critic or whatever.
Jimmy D.
He was feeling some type of way, but what kind of purpose a man be that influence, but do it's not only you questionable, and I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna even touch that too much. Cause
But
you ain't gonna tell me it
that's
ain't.
the type
Levi.
of
You ain't gonna tell me it ain't. That's some feminine type stuff. Let me leave that alone. Let me leave that alone. You pick it up what I'm putting down, Levi.
Yes, sir.
because R. Kelly he's that person who can he can make your career or break your career. Anything involving him. Man, you know how if Jimmy would have been able to get a co-sign from R. Kelly, if he would have been able to write on R. Kelly, man, you know what that would have did for his career?
Yeah, like
Like
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah,
it would have skyrocketed him. He understood that. But then guess what? Well, since you don't want this, well, hey, guess what? You got people that's in the inside. This is when the inside come around. These people that's close to you, they see you turning people down, not wanting to work with certain people. And guess what? The whole time when you turn them people around, they go out the door, then they going to meet them same people around the corner. Say, hey, I got some work for you. Just give me a couple weeks, a few months. I'm gonna be reaching out to you. You know, you see, they already when they see him refusing to do certain things with certain people, then they go build relationships with them people because the whole time they got a plan in mind to build them up. Build them up. Let's build them up till we start
Absolutely.
to overflow. Then all them people that he done turned away and refused to deal with, they done sat back behind the scene and built the whole storyline.
I understand, but let me tell you what's crazy about it, though. Another thing y'all got to understand is that Rob has a magnetic personality, and I could tell the guy that was in Lifetime that was talking about right. I could tell the people when I listened to him how even some who worked with Robert in the past, when he wanted to move on, they
right.
had a problem with the fact that he wanted to move on.
And that's something.
That's right. They say he left women in hotel rooms and all of that. Okay, why don't they? And Big Back can pull it up. Well, it's probably not even on the internet anymore. But Baby from Cash Money said that he went out to Chicago and Rob left him in a hotel room for days and he just flew back to New Orleans. So I've never ever I've always understood that Rob's time, boy. Come on, man. Big Bob, we do these channels. How much time does it take out of our day and our life to do these channels, bro?
I just talked about that. I talked about that yesterday. I say people may look at this stuff and say, hey man, look easy because we run these channels. But you know, it's a lot of work going to what you gonna talk about, how you gonna talk about, being
Right.
able to prove what you're
Right.
talking about. Like it ain't just you can come on here and just turn this shit on and just do what Tasha K do.
Absolutely. There's a lot that goes
I
into it.
can't afford to get sued. Shit, I ain't got shit. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Right.
Absolutely is a lot to it's a lot to do. So imagine his life. You're writing
Right.
songs, you're arranging them, producing them. You got that going on. You got all these interviews. You got this going on, that going on. So then you got people that you personally know and people you do business with that's mad because you ain't called them in 2 or 3 days or this, that, and third. I've never like one thing I've always understood. That's a busy man. You feel me? I've been down with my girl at the venue and a nigga didn't change his number. I'm trying to get in, this, that, and the third. As God is my witness. I've said to her, well, dang, they won't let me through. I've said, let's go hang out, whatever. As God is my witness, I'll tell her, let's go hang out, whatever. But how you gonna get him? I said, don't worry about it. I'll see him later. That same night, the nigga over there near Greek Town, I see the bus and he over there, and Rob, that nigga run across the street and pick me up off the ground. What's up, man? I said, I try to get, bro, people get offended
Yep.
when you, Big Vibe, even with this YouTube stuff, I'll look at my emails and 10 people didn't email me 3 days ago, a week ago, 10 days ago. And I have to go through each email and say, I'm so sorry, I'm just getting back to you. I apologize for the delay. How you doing? You feel me?
Unless you got somebody like Michael Jackson pulling up to your studio.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everything stopped.
Right.
That is correct, brother. That is correct, brother.
My studio ain't. I'm not stopping my studio session for no Birdman. I'm not. I don't mean no harm.
Absolutely.
Right.
I don't mean no harm.
Right.
But Michael Jackson put Michael Jackson outside. Oh, shut everything down.
Right.
Everything stopped
Prince
for Michael
outside.
Jackson.
Shut everything down.
Levi.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody can have VIP status. What is it?
No. What
it ain't nothing personal.
None personal, B.
It's just like you have a chairman of the board. Not everybody is suitable to be on the board.
Absolutely.
Your position is just as important. Just because you're not on the board of directors, that don't mean you less important.
Absolutely.
If you're not striving every day to be the best version of yourself, then you take that personal in life.
Absolutely.
I can't be around you because you're gonna destroy
Absolutely.
You're a problem.
People don't even value the position they do have. If I got a hot dog stand and I pass the buns and Levi boil the wheeler and Unc work the cash register, I'm important.
That's
if
right.
I come here to pass Levi these buns, then guess what? Y'all, the possibility of selling 100 hot dogs, you might not only sell number 25, 50.
Absolutely.
If I understand the value that I hold to this business, I can't be expecting to get my 30% share of revenue if I ain't showing up because I feel like I'm not valuable.
That's it. There you go.
Absolutely.
You know the rapper Plies, right, Levi? On his first album that he did called The Real Testament, there's a line that I like to always refer to in one of his songs. He said, when a person's heart is not right, ain't no telling what they'll do.
That's correct.
When a nigga's heart ain't right,
that's right.
Man, no matter what the race is, if your core is not in proper alignment with the Most High,
that's right.
No what you would do.
Absolutely.
You always in survival mode, trying to get on the next lick. And you will finesse and use any trickery and all type of deceptive method to achieve that because you're in a dark space in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have people around there, let alone around you working for you.
That's correct.
You got to vet people, man. You got
I see
the government does it. Why can't we do it?
That's right.
What it was, I think I seen something with Birdman. And this gonna have to be Kel's approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
They asked Birdman, why didn't you embrace Turk the way you embraced DG when he came home?
That's absolutely.
He said,
I saw that.
He said, I ain't got no problem with Turk.
Right.
He's still a hot boy. Right. He said, but I'm standing on business.
That's right.
You know why? Because when Turk came home, he sued Birdman.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
And talked about him. See, go ahead.
There
you go.
Buying fake Rolexes. They were Geneva watches. They weren't Rolex.
Absolutely.
The third. He said, yeah, it's going to be a hot boy reunion. He said, but some people just ain't going to be there.
Absolutely, because I'm glad you said that, Big. But I got to say this real quick before I go, because I'm about to leave. I was going to make this point earlier. Everyone who spoke out publicly, people despise me, man. People despise me. But guess what? I don't care about people. From the man himself. That man told me, he said, you just don't know how I love you. The fact that you have never spoken ill of me in the public.
Yeah.
You've never, that means a lot to people. Listen, if you ever love someone, be it a girlfriend, ex-wife, husband, ex-wife, ex-husband, whatever.
Right.
You can go inside of the house and cuss them out. You you ain't this and da. But guess what? When you walk outside that house, is a different dynamic when you speak to strangers about them.
That's right.
When you go on the media and talk about them, how you feel about them, what y'all got going on, I can come to my brother, my cousin, my this, my that, and tell them to their face, man, I ain't speaking to you no more. But it's a different dynamic when you go outside that house.
Right. I had to learn and mature that myself, Levi.
And badmouth people and talk about what went on. Turk had no business talking about that they was faking it until they made it. That's none of nobody's business.
Right.
Do you understand? I had one fallout with my cousin once in life when I was really upset because I never asked that man for nothing. At this time, I needed it, and I asked him for such and such. He said, no problem, and a whole month went by, and when I finally got the call, it was from his assistant. I said to the assistant, yeah, he wants to know how you going to rank. I said, tell him I don't want to. I said, tell him that's all right. What do you mean that's all right? He wants to know. I said, tell him to call me because I was in a space then.
Yeah, I got you.
My nigga, you ain't about to get Hollywood on me. What you mean, your assistant nigga? Call me yourself.
Right. I feel you.
Brother Muse, listen, man.
But like you said, as far as that time.
That's where I was at.
Yeah, it's only 24 hours in a day. And
exactly.
In order to be at the level that he achieved and where he's at, I mean, everybody's pulling that. I mean,
exactly.
Hey, it's just gonna be what it is. It ain't nothing personal.
It's nothing personal.
Want to trade spot? Please trade. I know he said. I know you want to say many times. You want to trade? Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
That's right. But what did I want? I wanted special treatment.
There you go. No,
don't have your assistant call. I want special treatment. And I had to, but let me tell you something about that man. Anybody that know that man will tell you he ain't lying. What? That man that starts singing he made up a song on the spot. That man comes in the thing, the woman trying to, and he starts singing a pride go up before the fall. Some song he made up on the spot. I was thinking a pride go up and grab the phone and said, nigga, what's your problem? But when I saw that man, let me tell you something about you couldn't stay mad.
Right. Yeah.
That smile, that laugh, that man you could be real mad at him. He do that laugh and you just start laughing. You heard me? So I wanted to say that, I wanted to make that point before I get off. It is a difference between if you beefing with, however, when you go public and you take it out, that means that person never loved you. That means that person was jealous of you. That person's never been your friend to now take it out in the public.
Right.
So Birdman is right. Whatever, even if he sued him, people think because he sued Birdman, that's the problem. No, you went talking about me. Right. Not thinking that it was going to be a hot boy reunion that you could make millions of dollars. See, you didn't foresee this. You didn't foresee the future, but you had an opportunity to keep it solid with me. And if you're going to sue. But at the same time, there's a difference, bro. Talking about a person is not cool, brother. Yeah. How I feel about this, about that. If you notice something about me, I've never came on here and discussed what other people and I have talked about. I don't do that, bro. I'm not coming, this was, man, no. It's about true. If you really are a friend, a loved one, a cousin, a brother, a this or that and the third, to go out and now talk and bring that to the public is a different ball game. Why would you bring it to the public? And I got to be honest with you, and I'm done when I say this. I take issue with anyone, I don't care who you are, who went and contributed to that man's lynching. When you went public, I don't talk about them people. I promised my cousin I would never talk about those people, and I don't. But at the same time, my heart is not as forgiving as his. I don't like that. I don't like that. You sitting up in public, bro. Like, don't do that. Don't contribute to, and they trying to kill this man. I knew they was trying to kill this man when the Huffington Post interview, when they set him up with I saw they trying to kill this man. They trying to back up. You feel me? That ain't cool, man.
Yeah.
I wish you would put Lifetime couldn't have paid me $10 million to sit there and talk bad about Robert. They couldn't have paid me nothing.
Damn, man, that shit go on.
That's
I'm
the
gonna
Lord.
say that. I'm gonna be closing out here myself anyway. But that's why you see me, man. I don't get caught up in none of this internet shit, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm not here to say who's who do what they do it for. I come on here to speak solely about the things that we've seen them do to this brother over the last 4 years.
Absolutely.
If you out here moving wrong and moving funny, understand anything that's done in darkness will one day come to the light.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, that's it.
Yes.
Yep.
And I want to clarify that. I'm talking about people that man was so kind to. I'm talking about the people that was right next to that man. And I'm not naming on that. I'm talking about the people who he was so kind to. It broke my heart to see these people publicly go on television shows and talk about him, because guess what? Yes, you might have 3, 4, 5 bad stories, but you got 500 good stories. Nobody's perfect. Rob ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. You got 5 good stories, 3 or 4 bad ones. You're going to tell the 3 or 4 bad ones. Talk about the good. Even Django number 5 said they don't talk about the good things he's done for people.
Yeah.
The shopping fees and all of that carrying on. That man's been very kind to me. He's been very kind to people. I love him. I appreciate him. I tell him every time, you out your mind if you think I'm going to accept a thank you from you. I start telling him stuff he did for me. He's like, dang, he did that for real? You feel me? Nah, When you love someone, Big Vi, you don't air their business in public. You don't do that. I understand, baby, how you feel about Turk, because that ain't cool.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't cool. You feel me? But I'm gonna let you brothers go. I said I'm gonna come on here for about 10 or 15 minutes, but your conversation,
Yeah.
Because you feel me? Once we start talking, bro, we go hours.
Right, that's it. And this picture right here tomorrow, I'm gonna focus on this graph that's on the stream tomorrow. I'm gonna focus on this graph, and like I showed you, man, the shit with a Lil, we can break down each and every one of these accusations, one by one.
Absolutely.
And and people gonna take it, and people gonna dismiss it, whatever they choose to do. But my thing is, man, what God put on my heart to do, and that is to have a conversation.
Yes, sir. Glad you said, because real quick, I meant to ask you, that's why I came on also, is that I gave Skylife, I dedicated one of my lives to Skylife and let her go. And I would love to interview you. I would love for you to come on Levi for Kelly. Email, you got my email address, I hope, and just email me when you're available so I can dedicate. No drama. I know you don't keep company with the other side. It won't be none of that. It'll just be you having your own voice, the platform to yourself, because I want to ask you so many questions about what drew you towards supporting my cousin. I got so many questions I want to ask you, and I want people to familiarize themselves with Big Vi on Levi for Kelly so they'll know what motivated you and what motivates you. It's fine with you. And I want to say it again. I said it before. I publicly apologize to you again, because about 2 months ago, you wanted me to come on for your 24-hour thing or whatever. And I had so much going on. And a few days later, I said, damn, I forgot I promised Big Vi I was going to come on his joint. But you feel me? But I had so much going on, bro. You feel me?
Look, I understand that, man. That's the thing about life. Every second of life is something going on, So I don't hold it against people if things come up, because guess what? It can be the same way for me.
That's right.
But long as I'm able to, like you say, come back and say, hey man, my bad. But guess what? I'm gonna email you and I'm gonna tell you a time, normally my 3 o'clock through the weekday.
Give me 3 dates, hopefully a weekend, but give me 3 so I'll know and I'll get back with you, and then we'll schedule it. Make sure our schedules don't conflict. And I want to, because a lot of people, I think it'll be a beautiful interview to know your humble beginnings and your upbringing. And you feel me? And how your experience with Robert through his art and how because you a strong fighter for Rob, bro. All you guys are. And I really appreciate your channel so much. And let me say this real quick. I know I got to go. I talk so long. But here's the deal. Understand something, that I know that a lot of y'all think that my channel is drama filled when I compare my channel to no. When I compare my channel to y'all channel, I was listening yesterday. I was like, wow, I love this piece over here. I love this over here. But understand something. When you are in that rap game, for instance, and you are prominent and you making hits, people gonna come for your head. You feel me? You take Jay-Z and all of them. Like people, they come for your head. So most of the time you don't respond, but you take all the good rappers, the great rappers, they had to respond sometime and come. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas dying. You heard me? But I'm just as positive as you guys, and I'm gonna turn my boat, my ship that way slowly. So when you come on my channel, Big Vi, I promise you there will not be any opposition. There will not be any, you feel me? I know how you roll. I will not disgrace you or your channel by bringing you on my channel into some drama and all that stuff, bro. You have.
And like I told you the other day, man, my whole thing is it with the opposition or other people who oppose. If you're willing to have the conversation and look at it from both perspectives, then I can respect that. Mm-hmm. But if you want to be hell bent on believing what you believe in, then I can't respect that.
I agree.
But if you can look at this situation and say, you know what, maybe this situation didn't go the way that it was told, then I can understand. That's how you have a conversation. But if you come hell bent because you're a victim of something that you can relate to and you feel like because you went through it, this had to happen and it didn't happen that way, then hey, I can't talk to you if you're not willing to, I ain't asking you to break, but you got to bend a little bit,
sir.
In order for us to have a conversation. So that's why I just, I revert. But when those people do speak and I feel like they speaking with, with balance, then I can respect that.
Absolutely. Respect that. I respect. Hey, Vi, I grew up on the west side of Detroit when we had west side cats that wouldn't dare talk to nobody from the east side. But I had friends on the east side. And when they would say, I ain't going over there, man, I say, all right, no problem, I'll go. I respect that. I respect your position. And, I really respect that. So I'm looking forward to the interview, bro. I know it's going to be monumental. Email me your schedule, and we're going to get it popping. All right, brother?
Okay, sound good.
All right, brother. Okay. I love talking to you, bro.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
what's up, Lex?
I got something for all of y'all, man. I already put it in the link. I put the link in the chat already, and I got the same link. I have it in the main chat for everybody to take a look at. It's about Shades of Guilt. I don't know if y'all familiar with that or not, but y'all take a look at it. It's only like a 20-minute episode, and in that episode, once you guys look at it, you're gonna sit back and think about the situation that Rob is in, the situation that everybody that's been put in, and it puts you in a situation of, okay, this is me, and what if I was in that situation and I had the chance to try to fix it?
Yes, sir.
And that's all I'm gonna say. So I advise everybody to just take a look at it.
Thank you.
And I guess maybe on the next live or even on your live, I mean, you can even talk about it and just express your feelings on it and what you got out of it, because I got out a whole lot of it, and I feel like everybody should just take a look at it, take a dial back, even the detractors and people who don't like Rob and so forth and so on. Just take a look at it, and then you'll be on another level once you look at it, because it can be anybody that go through that same thing. So everybody just take a look at it. But the link is in both chats, and I'm gonna get on back and clock in so I can get off of work. But that's all I want to say. And everybody be blessed and have a great rest of your day.
Yes, sir. Wonderful. Thank you.
I'll holler at y'all, man.
Peace.
All right. All right,
man. Look, man. I don't know if you can see, you probably have to come back on here, but this is what we're gonna attack tomorrow.
Okay.
We're gonna attack this graph tomorrow. You know, and this is what tomorrow live gonna be about. We're gonna attack this graph. I'm gonna go through I gotta go through a lot of my documents so I could get the right documents put up, you know, for each one of these individuals. Now I already got stuff with this Leah, Tiffany Hawkins. I think I got a document from the news article, you know, where Kel's threatened to sue her ass. This is Hypnotic right here. I think that's Hypnotic. She the one who threatened to sue. She the one who came out and said that she came out against the prosecutors. This Tracy Sampson person.
Okay.
We already know what this 2002 is about.
Well, who's that down in the corner? That's 2007. That's Kitty Jones down there?
Yeah, that's Kitty Jones. Talking about she was starved and forced to have sex, but you quit your job.
She needs some therapy.
Yeah. Then we already know JP, aka Bubba.
Yeah, she a psychopath.
Then this sex trafficking charges. How you sex traffic somebody? Hold on. They claim that they gave guardianship over this person to somebody else, but then but we gonna touch on that tomorrow, most definitely, man. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming today. For the chat family, if y'all want to take a screenshot of this chart that y'all see on the screen, take a screenshot of it and go and get your make sure you have your information and get your information together so that we could have a conversation tomorrow and everybody can participate. And if anybody in the chat tomorrow, this is what I'm gonna challenge the chat to do. I'm challenging the chat to get your information together. And if you feel as though you have information that could discredit either one of these accusations, I'm willing to put the link in the chat and I will have you all come up and have a conversation. Come up and explain. Come up tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want you all to participate in the chat tomorrow. So if you got information if it pertains to this 2019 accusation, the 2018 accusation, the 1994 accusation, I want to be able to put the link for you all to come up and for us to have the conversation. And let us know. Let's explain to the people how these accusations are nothing but accusations.
Yep.
Okay, Julia, that's what's up. It's my birthday tomorrow. Challenge me. Most definitely. Look, Julia, whoever you want to speak on, all you have to do is say, Big Vi, I want to talk about the 1996 accusation. Big Vi, I want to talk about the 2001 accusation. That's all. And boom, I could drop the link. You come up, meet up. We gonna be here for sure. So
what up, J-Rock? What up, J-Rock?
What up, J-Rock? So tomorrow, this chart that you all see on the screen tomorrow will be the chart that we're going to be going over tomorrow. I'm gonna try to put it on the community wall as well. And this what we will be doing tomorrow. Okay, Unc, man, I appreciate you. I know you enjoying your vacation still, man.
Yeah. Run out and go to eat, man. I've been being lazy today.
That's me. I'm finna go find something to eat myself, man. Yeah. I didn't talk myself up into a hunger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bless you. Appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate you all, man. Most definitely. I'm gonna hit you up offline.
Yes.
if I don't have time today, I know you off. So if I don't get to you today, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow morning. I'm gonna let you know what's going on and the new location and everything, man. Because I'm right on your shoulder right now.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, I'm right on your shoulder. I'm nearby you.
That's what's up. We'll talk.
Okay.
All right.
All right, chat family. Look, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Go ahead, on what you were saying.
Oh, remember about that suggestion I gave about having the chat ask those on the panel to answer certain questions based on your topics you have. You got people in the chat that like to hear from, certain ones that's be on the panel. So I thought that would be a good way to get them more engaged. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think that's what I'm. If tomorrow, we're gonna see how tomorrow go, and then from if tomorrow go the way that I'm expecting it to go, if the chat, with the participation from the chat, then Friday, that's most definitely that can set the tone for Friday live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really want to get the chat, make it to where the chat is able to, participate and incorporate them into the live, as well. So tomorrow live, we're gonna try to set the tone for Friday live, and we're gonna have Friday to where the chat asks us questions.
Right.
Anybody, hopefully Friday. I'm gonna probably try to come on Friday about 5. So we can have our crew here,
Yeah.
crew. So shout out to everybody who's got their memberships. Shout out to all the new members. I appreciate y'all. And like I say, man, the memberships, the lowest membership is $2.99. If you like to donate to the channel, everything that's donated to the channel goes back into the channel. The StreamYard, the internet, the green screens, and I'm just trying to get everything fixed up and finished and fixed up in my new place I'm at right now. So you start back live.
That's why I cashed out you earlier.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, man. This transition I made, I moved over 1,300 miles away from where I was at, man. I had to sell all of everything I had to give up. I had to sell what I could sell and give away the rest of the stuff that I couldn't sell. I had to pretty much give away, but I had to put me and my son in a better position, and most definitely my son, because he needs the 24-hour assistance, even when I'm working, and different things like that. So I had to do what was best for my son so that he would have the best future going forward. I didn't want to limit him to things that he wanted to do because of my work schedule and keeping me busy so much. So with that being said, I appreciate all the Cash App donations. I appreciate the membership donations, and I just thank y'all. I just thank everybody for everything that they do.
Yes, sir. Thank you for, like Miguel said, for allowing God to use you for this platform, man. It's been a therapy session. It's been a healing session, some life worth of gain. You know what I mean? Laughter, man, everything, man. It's been much needed. And I'm sure everybody in the chat can agree. Yeah. Well, I'm out, nephew.
All right.
You give me a ring. I'm about to get out this house and go give me something to eat.
Okay.
All right. In a minute.
Sound good.
All right.